Yay Networks.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans, and I am at Control Center. I'm sitting where Allen sits, and I get to push all the buttons because I am home and Allen is not. Allen is in Sturgis, South Dakota for, what is it, Sturgis Rally? What do you call this?
That's right. In the house.
This is my husband, Allen Evans, co-host. What do you
trade in the house?
What do you call where you are? What is it?
This would be the 83rd Sturgis Motorcycle Rally.
Okay, just Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. There you go. There's the big fancy title. And you are there, thankfully, safe and sound, because it was pretty touch and go there for a while.
A little touch and go. Yeah, it was touch and go. But, we'll get into that. We'll get into all that. But I haven't been on the podcast in a while, babe. Did you miss me?
Well, we haven't been on the podcast. We didn't do it last week, so
I don't think anyone else has missed me.
Yeah, we didn't do it last week, and sorry about that. Why? Oh, it was your birthday.
It was my birthday.
It was your birthday, and then the week before, I was in Florida, and so Tommy Jean sat in on the podcast. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed that. She had just a wonderful time with the Kid Craddock Morning Show.
I still need to go back and. Oh, sorry, babe. I still need to go back and listen to that. National syndicated.
Oh, there's some scandalous stuff, Alan. I'm surprised you haven't heard about it.
Well, Tommy Jean is a very controversial figure.
Yes, she is. She is. So anyway, she had a great time, and she sent a lovely pecan basket to the Kid Craddock Morning Show from Young's Pecans in Florence, South Carolina. So that was nice. Very nice. And so everybody's been enjoying that. And so I'm back home now. And as soon as I got home, we were here for a minute. Then you turned around and left.
Yes, I did. And just to paint a visual picture for our very, very best customers, I am standing in the meat section, which is way in the back corner of the Lynn's Dakota Mart, which is right behind the Big Jack Daniels booth where we are working this week, raising money for Operation Once in a Lifetime. So that's why I'm here in Sturgis. But yeah, I just thought I'd come over here to Lynn's Dakota Mart, get some air conditioning, and I have kind of a quiet spot back here to where I can be loud and talk on the phone.
Well, that's good. It'll be interesting if somebody walks up on you while you're, telling a really titillating story and see how they react.
Titillating, yes. Speaking of titillating, I just walked down the street down Lozelle Avenue here, which is the main drag in Sturgis, and boy, you talk about some first-class people watching.
What do you mean?
The body paint is a big player here.
Oh, body paint instead of in lieu of clothing?
In lieu of clothing.
Is that legal?
Can just walk. It's legal. You just walk around with your tits hanging out. As long as they're covered in paint, you're good.
Is that year-round or just during Biker Week in Sturgis?
Well, what I've learned about Sturgis over the 3 years I've done it now is there's nothing going on here unless it's Sturgis Week.
Right.
So it's just a sleepy, small little, town in South Dakota that's known for the biker rally.
Well, how do the people there survive when it's not Biker Week? What's what is just like a main street? Is there?
Good question.
What's going on there?
Well, there aren't a lot of permanent businesses here other than what you would expect, grocery stores, a couple of gas stations and things like that. But for Sturgis Week, you think about, you've got up to 500,000 riders that come here, and they have to bring in law enforcement. They have to bring in bartenders, servers, all the people to support the number of visitors that are here.
And it's just one week or 10 days or what?
Yeah. It started, let's see, today is Wednesday. It started last Friday, I think was the first day. And then it goes through this Sunday.
So about 9 or 10 days. So why Sturgis? Do you have any idea why?
Gosh, babe, I'd have to look at read about the history. I don't know what I'm talking about other than I think I've heard that it started with just some guys, kind of people getting together and racing motorcycles.
Because it was the middle of nowhere, really.
Yeah. And then it started to grow, I think, over the years and became kind of a cult thing. And I think Harley Davidson was big, early into it because of the racing. And then, it grew in the 70s and 80s. And, now I don't want to say it's mainstream, but, you see a lot of guys here that are probably, dentists and doctors and lawyers and riding around with their podcasters, yes, riding around with their fancy motorcycles. And a lot of guys tow them up here. Now, I'm not throwing any shade, okay? But a lot of guys and gals will, bring a big fancy motorhome and tow a big fancy trailer and have about 4, motorcycles on that trailer, and then they unload them here and ride around, which is awesome. If you can do that, that's awesome. But the kid got on his bike early Sunday morning. No, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday morning. And I started to head towards Sturgis. And I decided to go the scenic route, which was head west from Plano, Texas, USA, God's country, and then go through the Panhandle, go through a little bit of New Mexico, and then go straight up through Denver. That was my plan. Yeah, and then stop around the Denver area, and then finish the ride up to Sturgis. So I left Plano, and it was 105 degrees. Right, even at 8:30 in the morning, it just got hotter and hotter all through Texas. I got to Armadillo, and it was I think it was about 95 degrees. And I'm like, man, this freaking heat is just never going to end.
You say Armadillo, but you mean Amarillo, right?
Yes.
Okay, because there's not an Armadillo, Texas.
No, there's not an Armadillo, Texas.
Okay, just making sure you're just being funny.
You just call it Armadillo.
Okay.
One of my favorite country songs, by the way, Amarillo by Morning by King George.
Okay.
Yes, a great song. But anyway, cross the New Mexico-Texas border, okay? And the first town you get to where I it's called Clayton. It's nice, clean, nice little New Mexico town. It's about a mile high elevation, which I didn't realize. So I stopped there for gas. I pound a Gatorade. I leave Clayton, and then I start to notice, man, the weather does not look good, and it's just flat where I am. I mean, you can see for 50 miles, So I can see these big thunderheads, and I'm like, man, this doesn't look good. So I pulled over at a rest stop and put my rain suit on because it is exactly where I'm going. So put my rain suit on, got back on the bike, kept going, and then all of a sudden I see a bunch of taillights and headlights and cars pulled over on the side of the road. I'm like, what are they doing? Is there, my first thought was, is there a tornado? There must be a tornado pretty close. So I kind of passed these cars, and I'm just looking at them like, what are you guys doing?
Like, what are you bozos doing?
Yeah,
I'm going to keep going.
I'm going to keep going because I got somewhere to be, okay? So I passed these cars, and I went about maybe a half mile further, and babe, the bottom dropped out of the sky, and I got caught in a hailstorm. It was like what do they call it? A downburst or a microburst.
So and those cars just knew it was coming. They have enough forewarning to pull out. I mean, what can you do? You're going to get hit no matter what because there's no bridges or overpasses.
I don't know if they saw the weather. I obviously didn't because I'm not on my phone while I'm riding, and maybe I should have checked the weather. But it was beautiful in Armadillo and in Clayton, and I drove about another half a mile, and then I get caught in the microburst.
Yeah.
So it was hailing, and if you've ever ridden a bicycle and you're riding in the rain, you can feel it hurts, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm riding on this damn motorcycle, and it's quarter size hail. It wasn't pea size, and it wasn't golf ball. I would say it was quarter size hail. And if you go on my Instagram at the Alonzo 1971, I posted a video because
did you pin it or is it on it? It's not in a story. It's up there so people can see it.
No, it's on my feed. Yeah, okay. So you can see it. But I pulled over. And babe, there was just nothing I could do. I tried to video. I started to video what was happening. And then I had fingerless gloves on. So the hail was hitting my fingers and it was hitting me in the shins. And I was like, gosh, this really hurts.
Yeah.
So then I just kind of huddled up like a turtle, and I had my helmet on. And I just huddled up like a turtle behind my windscreen.
But you said people were pulling over and asking you to hop in.
Well, it was coming down so hard that nobody was moving. Like everybody was just sitting there.
Yeah.
And then a car actually turned around on the side of the road and started driving the wrong direction to come back towards me.
Oh.
And you can see that on my video. And they pulled right up next to me, and I'm huddled up, and I flipped up my face screen, on my helmet. And they rolled down their windshield, and they said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, this is great." And they said, "Well, hop in." And I said, "Well,
no, you'll murder me."
Well, I didn't say that, but I was thinking seriously, it's probably safer if I just stay in a ball instead of trying to get off my bike, run over there to the side of the car. Lord knows if there's a semi or something coming down. I just wanted to stay put. So I said, "No, it's okay. I don't want to mess up your car." And they said, "Okay, well, see you later." And I'm like, "Okay, bye." And then I flipped down and then by then it started to kind of let up.
Did your bike get beat up?
No, it didn't, because I had my body over the tank, and that's the metal part. The front fender, I didn't notice anything on it. The top of the bags are actually plastic. So no, everything was fine. I just got soaked, so then I rode for a little while further, changed my clothes, and I got to a town called Raton, or Raton, however you say it, New Mexico. And my nerves were so shot, I stopped at a Denny's and crammed an avocado bacon burger just because I was like super hungry. And then also I was like, man, that was quite an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember I talked to you. Remember I told you what happened.
Yeah.
And then you said, "How much further do you have?" And I said, "Well, I need you to make me a hotel, because the guys, I was going to meet up with the guys I'm traveling with that I'm up here with, but they said, man, we can't make it over to Denver. We're going to have to keep going straight up north through Nebraska." And I said, "Okay, I'll call Kelly and see if she can make me a hotel." So you remember you said, where do you want to go? And I said, "I think I can get to Colorado Springs."
Yeah.
So Kelly made me a hotel reservation in Colorado Springs. So that's where I was going to try to go to. Well, sure enough, I leave Raton and it starts raining and hailing again. Mm. And I'm going, I didn't realize this, but when you leave Raton going into Colorado, you're actually on like a mountain of sorts. So you go back down the mountain. So the road is winding and it's twisty and it's dark, of course, because it's late at night now. It's raining, it's hailing. And I'm like, you have got to be freaking kidding me. This is the sketchiest riding I have ever done.
But you survived it, thank the Lord.
I'm going like 20 miles an hour, babe. And the cars are like, "What are you doing?" I'm sure they're like, "Hey, ho, what are you doing on a motorcycle?" But there's nothing I could do. I couldn't, I just couldn't stop on the side of a mountain and get soaked. I had to just keep going.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got through that, got to the hotel about
very late,
11:30 Mountain Time, which is 12:30 your time. Texted Kelly, said I got here okay. So yeah, day one was kind of a whooping, but day two started off good. I hit a bunch of rain in Wyoming. It's got soaked again. But then I was telling Kelly, sorry, I know I'm talking a lot about this ride up here, but final thing about the ride up, I got kind of wet in Wyoming, but the last 50 miles from, is it Casper? I think it's Casper, Wyoming, maybe. From Casper to Deadwood, which was where I was trying to get to the hotel. We were staying in a hotel one night in Deadwood. The 50 miles was the most beautiful, fun, scenic motorcycle ride I've ever done. It was, I can try to describe it, but it was, I'm going through the mountains and I'm following these other three riders. So there's a lot more riders around now because they're all trying to get to the same place. So I'm following these guys and they're riding pretty fast, but not stupid fast. It was fun fast. So I'm just trying to keep up with them, and we're weaving around in the mountains, and the sun is setting. The sun came out finally, and it's just kind of casting shadows through all the cool trees. And then we're at kind of a high elevation, so we're riding through the clouds. I'm like, wow, this is really freaking cool. So I'm riding through clouds and kind of snaking through the clouds, following these guys. And every once in a while, one of the guys in front of me would give me the slow down signal, and then he'd point up into the trees. And every time he'd do that, I'd look over and there would be herds of deer just running around, just wild deer. So I'd say we saw at least 20 deer. Wow. And one of them was a huge, majestic buck. I mean, it was just big buck with horns and, or antlers. It was really, really cool. So I had a good time doing that.
And you never met these bikers. They just kept going and you went on your own way.
Yeah. Then they kept going. Yeah, exactly. And I went on my own way. But it was about, when I got to Deadwood, it was about 50 degrees. And compare that to the day before I left Plano, it was about 105 degrees.
Unbelievable. And it's still that hot.
So you wouldn't imagine the amount of changing I had to do. Like every fuel stop or rest stop, I'm either taking off something, putting on something, drying out something, or, just I'm glad I brought everything because I needed everything. So anyhow, got to Deadwood and met up with the guys, and I'm here all week helping out Operation Once in a Lifetime.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. But I know when you were on that road, at some point you thought, what the heck am I doing? I wish I was just home crawling into bed with Kelly in my luscious Helix Dusk Luxe mattress.
Helix?
Didn't that thought cross your mind? Because I don't care.
It's crossed my mind many times.
Listen, I don't care where you sleep. There's nowhere in the world that's more perfect than being at home in your own bed. But if you are staying in a hotel and you're like, wait a minute, my hotel mattress is better than what I'm sleeping on at home, then you need to go to the Helix website and take that sleep quiz. Alan took it for both of us. What, did it take you 2 minutes, maybe less?
Oh, less than 2 minutes.
The Helix sleep quiz. You just answer a few questions about you, the way you sleep, your height, your favorite sleep positions and things like that. Whether you're big and tall, whether you're a hot sleeper, you need something cool. Helix will not only match you with that mattress. We got matched with the Dusk Luxe. They ship it straight to your door. You're like, how in the world? For us, it was a king size mattress. How can they fit that king size mattress into that box? They did. The unboxing is so fun, actually. But then once it opens up, you're going to get the best sleep of your life because you're sleeping on a mattress that's custom made for you and the way you sleep. But because Helix knows there's no better way to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on it yourself in your own home, they offer a 100-night trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty, depending on which mattress that you're matched with. So you could try out that mattress. And if you don't love it, that's okay. They'll happily accept that return for you. But Alan and I know you will. And Helix knows you will too. That's why they give you that 100-night guarantee. And remember, it's the #1 mattress picked by GQ and Wired Magazine, which is how I first discovered them. So I was really excited when they came on as a podcast sponsor. And Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows just for our listeners when you go to helixsleep.com/sandwich. This is their best offer yet. It will not last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. First things first, go to helixsleep.com/sandwich. Okay, Alan, so
we love Helix.
We do love Helix, and I'm going to be sleeping in my bed all by myself. Well, not by myself, because while you're gone, we know how much, when I'm gone, Dylan loves sleeping in the bed. He's like, this is the best mattress ever. I love his mattress so much. But when you're gone, not only is Zoe sleeping in the bed with me, Larry gets to assume his position.
I bet that's a lot of fun.
He is in heaven. I don't know why you think it's a problem. He just gets right down there, like in the nook of my knees, the back of my knees, and just stays there all night. He does not move.
It's a problem because they harumph and they fuss at each other.
Not after
and
the
they
initial.
growl.
No.
And they make noises, badger noises and beaver noises. And I'm over it. No. No.
Listen, Alan, it takes about 30 seconds because Zoe is always like, this is my bed and you're dominating. I'm the dominator, da-da-da. So that takes about maybe 30 seconds for her to chill out. And then it's all fine.
Speaking of Sweet Zonut, I just walked into Lynn's Dakota Mart, about 20 minutes ago to do the podcast, and there's a Schnauzer outside. Aww. And I took a picture of the same dog last year. There's a guy, he just sits there, and he's not a homeless guy or anything. He's just I guess he comes every year, but he was sitting out there with the same Schnauzer.
Well, how about that? Maybe you should get to know him a little bit and get to know their story.
Oh, just real quick. I talked about people watching. Can I just mention the 3 kind of most wheels off things I've seen? And I've seen a lot of wheels off things, but here are 3 choice things that I have seen in Sturgis that just kind of gave me pause.
Okay.
Number 1, walking down Lozelle Avenue today was a guy dressed up as the Mad Hatter.
Okay.
Complete with like the big bozo clown shoes and the orange wig and the green top hat, just walking down the street.
Mad Hatter, not to be confused with Willy Wonka, but I can see where people sometimes would get confused.
Right. I'm like, Well, that's cool, but you're at a motorcycle rally, but that's
Maybe,
fine. I mean,
maybe,
whatever, dude.
maybe he got confused and thought this was a cosplay convention.
I just kind of started laughing. I'm like, that's fine, man. You do you. I'm all for people doing them. Okay, so that was number one. Number two, I walked down the street with one of the guys, and there's a restaurant. And it's an open restaurant, so there's an open area, and the bar is in the middle. And there were two lovely young bartenders working at the bar. And above them was a cardboard sign, and it said, soup of the day. It was written in like Sharpie. It said, soup of the day, colon. Can you guess what the soup of the day is?
I was hoping it wasn't colon soup.
Well, close.
I would say if it's close to colon, then I would say it's some sort of like stomach or pig's bladder or something like that.
How about ass?
Oh, so it was pretty close to colon, literally.
It said soup of the day, colon, ass.
Well, because it's so hot, you've got soup.
I don't know. I didn't. I wasn't going to go over there and ask
Why
her.
Wouldn't you?
Can I sample the soup of the day? She's never heard that before.
Well, say what? Can you tell me what's in ass soup, ma'am?
Hey, I'm over in the produce aisle now. Nice melons. Here you go, babe. Golden honeydew melons, $2.99 a piece. Okay. Anyway, that was
easily distracted.
There are a lot of melons here too. So that was number two. Number three is there's a dude. Everyone rides their bikes and hot rods and vehicles up and down this Lozelle Avenue, which is the main drag. There's this dude this morning. He was on a tricycle, but the tricycle had a big engine in it. So imagine a fully grown man sitting on a tricycle that's motorized. And so he hits the gas on this thing, and it's like something out of a cartoon. Like it's just right up the street on a freaking tricycle. And I'm like...
So he's got his knees up around his ears?
Yes.
Weird.
And I'm like, well, okay, number one, is that legal? Number two, that can't be safe.
Don't officers look the other way a lot during things like this?
Well, that's an interesting thing there, babe. The law enforcement here, they are on the money. They are all over the place.
No
which
shenanigans.
I like. No.
I mean,
and
they let some things go, like as long as nobody's, you know what I mean? I mean, are they really like nothing? You drop a cigarette butt, you're out of here. That kind of thing.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's a quick story for you. So one of the guys, is veteran, Army veteran, is here. He just got here this morning. So he drove from Dallas, the Dallas area. He drove his truck and towed a trailer and had his bike on it. And he parked near the Jack Daniels tent because he didn't really know where to go. And he literally just got here, and he ran over to where we are and introduced himself. And we were like, because I'd never met him before, real nice guy. So he went back to his truck, and he was telling us the story just a few minutes ago. He said, yeah, the police came, and they said, well, we were thinking about towing you because you shouldn't have been here.
But how long was he there?
Literally 5 minutes. That's what I'm telling you. They are on the ball here.
Oh.
But to your point, the police said, and this is what he relayed to us. He said, the police said, well, we saw that you had an Army veteran license plate, and we figured you were just kind of parking it here for a second. So we were just going to wait for you to come back and see if, we really did need to call it in to be towed. But
They waited at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, they didn't give him a ticket or anything.
That's
they just
good.
said, you can't park here. But, and he's like, oh, yeah, I didn't really know. I just got here, and I don't know where to park. And so they directed him to the right place.
That's
but
nice.
Yeah, point being, the law enforcement does a good job here. And they come from other states, babe. They come from Nebraska. They come from Colorado. They bring in law enforcement from other states, which is
the
pretty
hard
cool.
thing is where does everybody stay? Because if it's, you're staying in a private home.
Yeah. So Patrick with Operation Once in a Lifetime, he runs the charity. He has a really great relationship with Jack Daniels whiskey, the Jack Daniels brand, So they have this big presence here in Sturgis, and they allow his charity, to set up some space inside they have a gigantic tent where they sell barrels and merchandise, and they have live entertainment and all that. So that's where we are. So, yeah, it works out really great. And what was the question you asked me?
Where does everybody stay? Because if they're having this big influx of people, they don't have hotels and things coming out the wazoo.
So that's where I was going. So because Patrick knows Jack Daniels, they have a big house that's on the hill where if you've ever seen pictures of Sturgis, there's a sign, kind of like the Hollywood sign, but it says Sturgis. And up there on that hill is a cabin, and it's a big cabin. And in fact, there are 2 other cabins behind it, which I didn't realize because I stayed in one last night. But that's where we stay. And if you don't know somebody, or you haven't made a hotel reservation in one of the surrounding cities like Deadwood or even Rapid City, or one of the cities that's close, you're pitching a tent. Not that kind, but maybe that kind. But no, you're in a field pitching a tent. So a lot of people will, even on a motorcycle, they'll tow a little tiny trailer that's a pop-up tent, or they'll bring a tent and just camp. They'll find a campground and just camp. There's
something, I guess, kind of romantic about that. Not like sexy romantic, but just like that whole roughing it idea of a man and his and a woman and her motorcycle out in the wild, roughing it. I can see where there's an appeal in that. I don't want to do it, but
you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that with me someday?
I don't want to do it in a tent.
Whoa. You want to pitch a little pup tent?
No, I don't want to do that. I stayed in an RV with you, and I still want credit for that.
That was fun. I had a great time.
It was fine for like 5 days, and I told you the next time we do that, I got to take it up a notch in the luxury department.
Oh, geez. You're going to be one. Yeah. Yeah. See, you'd be one of those in Sturgis that brings your big, expensive motorhome.
Yeah, I would. I would, and everybody be jealous. But anyway, while Alan's there, he's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm picking up real estate magazines. We're gonna do all this." So I just was humoring him. So I found a house that's for sale. Where was the one I showed you? It was in the area, Spearfish.
Spearfish Canyon, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, well, maybe. Why couldn't we move to South Dakota? You said cost of living's low. It's beautiful. The winters might be low. The winters might be a little rough.
Yeah.
But
and it's pretty rural. It's not like Dallas Fort Worth. There's not a lot of big cities. It's but it's just.
Well, they do have beautiful. I looked online, like best places to live in South Dakota, and it gave me like the top 12 cities. And some of them, like if you go to Sioux Falls, something
People
like that.
Miss.
Well, they have a little bit more population there. So there'd be more restaurants and things to do there. But then if you go out somewhere like Spearfish, which is a little bit more removed, that's just for people that, they just don't want to be around a lot of people, I guess. But there are houses out there. I said I was just like on Zillow, just playing around. I said, give me something with over a four plus car garage. That way you could have your man space and trick it out. And I found this house. I sent it to Alan just for the fun of it. And he's like, oh my gosh, it's so great. And it wasn't that expensive either. So, I mean, that's an option for us to look at for retirement, maybe.
I don't know if you'd be down with that because the winters are tough. You're really far away from everybody, but the summers are great.
Yeah, well, while you've been gone, I've been, watching whatever I want on TV. And so I've just kind of like put it on House Hunters on HGTV and I just leave it. It's like background noise. But the other day they had some people that were doing something. It wasn't, wait. What's the special? Was that a special in the grocery store?
I couldn't really understand what she was saying. I think there's a special on sausage back in the meat section. I'm not sure.
Maybe that's because you're back there. Anyway, so
you're supposed to hit the rim shot.
No, that's okay. I'm laying back in your chair like you do, and I don't have the energy to sit up and press the button. I have been burning the candle at both ends this week. It's been a busy week, even though you're out of town. So anyway, there was a show, and they were doing beachfronts or something in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And now I'm like, okay, now in addition to South Carolina, maybe South Dakota. Now I'm thinking we should retire to the Outer Banks of North Carolina.
North Carolina.
I remember what it was. It was that My Lottery Dream Home where these people win the lottery and they go to this guy, and some people win like $100,000, and so that's still a lottery win, and so he helps them find a little house. This guy, he did a scratch off and he didn't have his readers on, and he accidentally hit a scratch or picked the thing where he doubled his money, and so instead of winning $1 million, he won $2 million. And so now he wanted to, and he was an older gentleman, and he said, I want to buy a fun house on the beach for my family to come to. And so he had, that kind of money to spend. And he was looking at the Outer Banks of North Carolina. I said, that's where I want to go now. But I don't know. We've got a ways to go. We got a ways to go before retirement.
I don't know about North Carolina. Not so sure about those cats. Maybe somebody can convince me, but
about what?
I don't know. I don't know about North Carolina.
Why? What?
I don't know. Just got to do a little more research on North Carolina. I'm down with South Carolina. I'm down with South Dakota. I'm down with the great state of Texas,
okay.
God's country.
All right. Well, I'm always about South Carolina. But the mountains and everything are so beautiful up there. Maybe we could invest in. Look at us just talking. Y'all don't mind us. We're planning our retirement. Maybe we can invest in a beautiful home up in South Dakota area. Use it as a rental property, and then when we want to go vacation there, we can in the hottest parts of summer.
You'd make bank this time of year, but it wouldn't. You wouldn't have much other traffic, I don't think, the rest of the year. You
got to pick a place that's really good for like skiing or something where people want to go.
Yeah. Maybe it's like having a house in Augusta, like you rent it out during the Masters, but the rest of the year it's just a house,
Yeah. We'll look into our retirement plan later. But this has been a busy week for me, Alan. In a way, I'm kind of glad this is the week you're gone because I have so much going on with the radio side of my life. Emma Kelly, this is dropping on Thursday, but Emma Kelly's first day of school was today. And actually, while we're recording the podcast in the middle of the day, Emma Kelly's already home. She must have her first day.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like mouthing to her. I'm like, are you done? She's like, yeah, I'm done for the day. So she didn't even have a first full day. But you couldn't be here. I couldn't be here for her first full day. So she ran over to our friend Candy. Emma Kelly and her daughter Ava are good friends. And she took first day of school pictures for us. So that was really nice. But we had all that going on. We had her school orientation. Her first day of 11th grade was today. So that's a big deal. I have a morning show boot camp is what they call it. It's a morning show convention for radio. Yeah, that's in town this week. I've got to go to a big dinner tonight for our Yay Networks family.
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, boss man, is that you?
Yeah, this is George.
What are you doing in South Dakota with Alan?
Well, I was just checking to see if you signed up for any of those personal improvement workshops yet.
Well, it's kind of tough, boss man, because I still have to work on the radio during the morning show convention because it's in our hometown. Anyway,
hey, if you have time, let's meet you and Sean. Let's go get some sushi. Yeah, it's 2 for 1. No.
All right, thank you. I will, boss man.
All right,
thank you.
All right, bye.
Well, boss man is hosting a dinner tonight along with El Presidente, I believe. I think El Presidente is going to be there, so I got to go do that. Then tomorrow, oh my God. Yes, El Presidente.
I'm not even going to put our listeners through.
All right, thank you.
El Presidente would fit in great up here. He's just got the voice for it, just his whole bit. I think he'd do really well in South Dakota.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So anyway, and then tomorrow, as soon as I get off the air, I've got to go to the convention because our big boss, Bob Pittman, the head of iHeart, Wait
a minute.
What?
Big Roberto Pittman? Is this the guy who looks like Troy Aikman, or is that guy?
No. That guy's moved. He's no longer over me. But no, this is Bob Pittman. If y'all ever want to look up Bob Pittman, he is truly a genius. He's one of the founders of MTV Music Television.
No way.
Yes. And a long time ago, he flew the Kid Craddock Morning Show, nationally syndicated, up to New York on his private plane just to have
dime.
Yes.
Dime.
He's a big deal. So anyway, I'm going to go see him speak tomorrow. Then tomorrow night, I've got to go to a happy hour because this panel this panel I'm speaking on Friday morning, the gentleman, Mike Bevay, who's in charge of putting this panel together, he's having a happy hour, so I need to go schmooze for that. Go back to work Friday morning, leave straight from work, go to a panel. I know I'm on a panel. Then I've got to stay because Big Al's on the panel after mine.
My man.
And then on the panel after Al's, well, there's not a panel, there's a luncheon, and they're presenting the Kid Craddock Award. It's an award named after Kid Craddock.
Al is on a panel?
Yes, he is on a panel about co-hosting.
Is he going to make that? Whenever someone asks him a question, is he going to make that face he made when someone asks where the ring is at his wedding?
Oh, like ooh, yeah, like
yeah,
I forgot.
Like the ooh,
I forgot. Yeah. So we got that on Friday, Then on Saturday, Caroline Craddock, who is Kid's daughter, she is putting on a memorial. It's been 10 years since Kid passed away on July 27th. So while this boot camp and everything's in town, she thought that would be a good time to invite people that knew Kid, worked with Kid, had a connection with him over the years. So we're all doing this big memorial for him on Saturday night.
Oh, wow.
And I have been asked to speak, and she kind of wants it to be a roast type situation, which is kind of hard because Kid's been gone 10 years now, and right after he passed away, I kind of roasted him. It was really, but everybody's grieving. We're all laughing through the tears, about Kid and how he was, but it's been 10 years, and to roast him now, I'm really struggling with that. So
I didn't think you were supposed to roast the deceased. Are you?
It's good-natured roasting because that's if you go for comedians and stuff. When comedians die, their fellow comedians get up and roast them. So it's kind of like that, but it's good-natured and all from a place of love. But I haven't sat down to think of what I'm going to say, so I've got to do that as well. In addition,
so when I'm deceased, are you going to roast me?
Oh, hell yeah. No, I'm kidding. No, we're just going to stick you in a root ball, plant a tree, say a prayer, and call it a day.
Hey, that just reminded me. I saw a story, and this isn't funny. This is a real story. This guy, I think he was about 60, 65 or something. He went to Utah. Did you see this?
I don't know. Did I?
Well, he went to Utah to spread his dad's ashes, and while he was out doing this, he died.
Oh, that's terrible.
He got apparently he was an experienced hiker, and he went out to I don't know where he was hiking, but they said when they found him, he had an empty water bottle, and apparently he got dehydrated and disoriented.
Oh.
Can you imagine? So he went out there to spread his dad's ashes, and then he passed.
Well, that's too bad.
So anyway, sorry, babe. When you said that, just reminded me of that.
On that note. Yeah, so it's just a lot going on, and now I've decided to bite off, just what else can I cram into my schedule, right? So I've decided you have fussed at me, everybody's fussed at me, I'm not active enough on Instagram. So I have decided.
Babe, I'm done fussing about that. Okay. I haven't fussed about that in years.
Well, this is what I'm doing. So if you listen to the Kid Craddock Morning Show, you know that I do a segment called the Showbiz Top 5. Well, not everybody can hear it because it always plays at the same time every day. And with school back in session, or maybe your job or whatever doesn't allow you to listen, you'd have to go back and listen on the K-Pod, on the app and things like that. So I've decided that on my Instagram stories, Monday through Friday, I'm going to start recapping the Showbiz Top 5. Have you seen it? Did you see it yet?
Big love list. Yes, I did. I commented. Did you see my comment?
I haven't seen your comment, honey. I have been so busy. I have not had a chance to really sit down and read comments. But I did take a poll, and I said, after I did it the first time, I said, do y'all want me to do this or not? I'm going to do it, but I want to make sure y'all want to see it. And 95% of the people said yes, which was good.
Who were the prickish 5%?
Oh, I read some names because, I did not realize on these polls. I don't know if this is a new thing or not because I'm
you
not
can
that
see
active.
who votes where.
Exactly. Yeah. You can see who votes no. It's not anonymous. So I called out a few people, Holly and Alessandra and all those people. So anyway, 5% for whatever reason. Maybe they're not into celebrity gossip. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe for whatever reason they voted no. But I think with 95% support, I'm going to be doing it. So that's something else that I've added to my plate that I've started doing this week.
Okay. Well,
and I've got to do my roots. I've just got so much to do, Alan.
Well, I'm going to blame it all on your roots. Well, you got a lot of stuff going on. That's for sure.
Yeah, but and as do you. But like I said, I'm kind of glad you're gone. But listen, while I was in Florida a couple of weeks ago, this podcast, by the way, is sponsored by Relief Band. I got to put Relief Band to the test. The raspberry women, especially, the men too, but the raspberry women are very susceptible to motion sickness. I, honest to God, got sick one time backing out of a driveway. That's how serious my car sickness has been. And if you've ever been... Yeah, it is an ailment. And sometimes you've been so sick that maybe you've thrown up in a floorboard. If you're right here, and some people don't have it that chronically, but if you do something like you go out on a boat, when you experience that nausea, this is for you, Relief Band. It's the #1 FDA cleared anti-nausea wristband that's been clinically proven to quickly relieve and effectively prevent nausea and vomiting associated with not only with motion sickness, but with anxiety, migraines, hangovers, morning sickness, chemotherapy, and so much more. Because people do get nauseous from other reasons besides just motion, right? So what I did, I ordered the Relief Band and I, got it charged up, and we were going to go out on this pirate ship in Florida. It's like a legit pirate. Yes, it's like really fun. They had all these little pirate activities, but I'm like, am I going to be able to get out there on the water and not get off feeling sick? So I put on my Relief Band, and it's really interesting. There's different levels. You press this button until you feel this tingling in your wrist. And when you feel it, that's the level you're supposed to be at. I wore that band. I didn't get sick for a minute. And that's what I love about it, because it can prevent you from getting sick, right? But also, if you are sick, if you feel it, you can turn it on and get relief. Just that simple, with zero side effects. It's safe. It's drug-free. That's why pregnant women can use it if they're dealing with morning sickness. And like I said, it not only treats nausea, it prevents nausea, so you can stop it before it becomes a problem in the first place. So it's a must-have for every road trip. So if you always have a flashlight on hand for a blackout or a first aid kit on hand for emergencies, you need a Relief Band for those unexpected nausea moments. And right now we've got an exclusive offer just for our A Sandwich and Some Living listeners. If you go to reliefband.com and use the promo code SANDWICH, you'll get 20% off plus free shipping. Head to reliefband.com. Use the promo code SANDWICH for 20% off plus free shipping. Again, that's reliefband.com. And I am just a huge fan. So thank you for that. Thank you for not getting me sick, Relief Band. All right,
I'm a huge fan as well. I could have used one of those, that party one time we had at Oak, the podcast party.
The hangover the next day.
I could have used a Relief Band then.
Seriously. I mean, I was just really happy with that. Okay.
Hey, can I just real quick mention a couple of things I noticed here in the store, just to keep painting a visual picture?
Yeah.
And I need to know if you want me to buy one of these for you. So I've moved from the meat section. I went through the produce section, admired the melons, and I've now made it over to I guess near the pharmacy where so I'm standing next to a bunch of deodorant and soap and shampoo.
Yeah, a toothbrush. You forgot to pack your toothbrush.
I found it.
Where was it?
It was stuffed in my bag. I found it.
Oh, good.
But anyway, there's a display here. It looks like it's got wheels on it. It's a movable display. At the top, and I need to know if you want me to get you one of these. It says Urban Athletics High-Rise Leggings Pants with Pockets.
Yes.
Designed for athleisure lifestyle. And the features and benefits are: wear with confidence, super soft and weightless, 25-inch length high rise. So I guess these go up over your stomach. And phone pockets, hidden waistband pocket, breathable and comfort feel. But here's the best part.
What?
Every single one has a different type of dog on it. So they have Shih Tzu, they have Siberian Husky, Welsh Corgi, Westie, Yorkie,
Schnauzer,
and they have Schnauzer.
Oh, see, now you spoiled the surprise. This could have been one of my Christmas gifts.
So the question is, do you want a pair of Urban Athletics high-rise leggings, pants with pockets with a Schnauzer on them?
Yes.
Okay.
They'll be my comfy cozies to wear around the house this winter.
Now, here's one more thing that might throw a wrench into this plan. They're size small.
No, I can't do small. That's the last pair they have?
You know what, babe? It's the last Schnauzer. I guess that's the most popular. They've got what size would you?
I'm a
what
large.
size would you need?
I'm a large.
Or large.
Hey, look, maybe we can find them online now that you know the name brand. But
they're actually pretty cool.
I appreciate that you think that I could get into a small, but even if I would, no matter how skinny I get, I'm always going to be a large because I'm 5'9".
we're big people.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
this
5'9". I'm going to always wear a large.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
This has been well documented. Hold on, let me look. There's one that's unfolded down here. Maybe that's the last. No, that's a black and white tabby cat. No, we don't want that.
No, we don't do cats. I love cats. Well, we just don't do cats anymore.
I don't like cats. And then here's an end cap display. A bunch of roasted peanuts, dry roasted peanuts, and the advertisement says, "Nuts, the anytime snack."
Okay. Why'd you change
I don't know.
your voice
It's just
for that?
I those wacky marketing people.
Why is that wacky?
Well, because marketing people are wacky, and don't think we don't know what you're talking about when you do stuff like that.
That is not dirty. You're making it dirty.
And then have it printed and put in a family-friendly establishment like this. We know what you're doing, okay?
My goodness, Alan. There's nothing to that. You're making it dirty. In fact, I just had, you know what I had for lunch today? Boiled peanuts.
Did you really?
I had to go through Walmart, and Kelly wanted me to pick up something. And as I was coming out, they had this jumbo can of peanut patch boiled peanuts. And I was like, you know what? Why not? So I grabbed a can, and I had some last night, and then I had the leftovers for lunch today.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
I'm classy like that.
Well, I've been pretty classy too, babe. I have not eaten, well, I've eaten well, but not eaten healthy so far.
Yeah.
A lot of burgers on this trip so far.
Don't you love a good burger, though?
Yeah. Yeah. Big Allen is in the house. That's for sure. So anyway, that's what we got. Oh, and just real quick, on a serious note, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's followed me along on this trip.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people have been following on Instagram and commenting and, saying, hey, I hope you get there safe, and really nice comments.
Oh, and you reached your fundraising goal?
I did.
Yeah.
I wanted to say thank you for everybody who donated to Operation Once in a Lifetime. My goal was $3 a mile. It's approximately 1,000 miles up here. Mm-hmm. It's more than that, but nice round number was my goal, 3,000, and we raised more than that with everyone's help. And this year, half the money is going to fund the annual 9/11 trip that Patrick takes veterans. That they go up to New York City and see the 9/11 memorial. A lot of the veterans or military members have family or friends that were affected by, 9/11. So it's a really great thing he does for a group of people every year. And then the other half will go to a family in the Dallas-Fort Worth area who's been affected by colon cancer. And we just learned this morning that it's actually stage 4 colon cancer. So the wife, mom, has colon cancer, and the family is apparently they're a hardworking family. They don't have health insurance. So somebody told Patrick about this, and he said whatever we raise on the Sturgis trip, we're going to give half of it to that family to offset the medical bills. So that's where the other half of your money is going if you donated. So thank you for that as well.
Well, you can go to Operation Once in a Lifetime. Don't they usually direct people to their Facebook page? Is that where he likes people to go? Operation Once in a Lifetime?
Yeah, he has a website now too, babe. You can go to operationonceinaLifetime.com, and there there's links to everything. I mean, there's links to the motorcycle we're raffling off while we're up here. There's links to donate. I mean, you can read about the charity there. You can see everything there. operationonceinaLifetime.com.
Okay, I'm clicking on there right now. There it is. Because I think before I guess he's starting to update that more often now. Okay.
Yeah, well, he's really active on Facebook too. Very active on Facebook. But yeah, you can go to the website as well.
All right, perfect. And I just double checked because I was like, sometimes, operationonceinaLifetime.com. All right, well, if you want to find out more, it's we support several charities. Operation Once in a Lifetime is one of the ones that we're most active in participating and fundraising for, as well as Kids, the annual trip we take to Disney World in memory of Kid Craddock. So anyway, honey, you enjoy the rest of your time up in South Dakota. Don't do anything too crazy.
No, I won't. Can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
So I don't know if our listeners will remember, but let's see. I guess not last year's trip, but the year before that, my first year, I had never ridden up here. And I think I told a story of how I was in Nebraska and I'd been on the road like 12 or 13 hours, and I was really, really tired, and it was at night and I just wanted to get to where we were going. And do you remember me telling you I saw a shooting star above Nebraska?
Yeah, I seem to remember that.
Yeah. And I thought that was like kind of a sign telling me this is not that hard. You're going to be able to do it, And then last year on the way home, I did the Iron Butt where I went 1,000 miles in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, holy mackerel, how could you do that? And then this year I got caught in the hailstorm, and a lot of people saw that and they're like, oh my God, that's horrible. The stuff our military goes through is 1,000 times more horrible than anything I've had to do on any of these trips,
Mm-hmm.
So one of the guys that is really great friends with Patrick, his name's Kenny, and Kenny's actually taken Dylan and I fishing before, but he's a veteran and he was in Iraq. And one time he told me, I was probably asking him about how that was, and he said, sometimes you just have to embrace the suck.
Right.
And so I just have always thought, I guess since he told me that, like whenever I'm doing these rides and they're really long and sometimes it's uncomfortable and sometimes it's like, God, I just want to get there. I just think to myself, you just have to embrace the suck. And I think that's a good piece of advice for really anything that you go through.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, man, this is tough, but sometimes it's just tough. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, but
and you just got to get through it.
But there's lessons to be learned from it. And I think maybe sometimes, even if you don't see the lesson in the moment, maybe in the future you'll come across someone who's going through that same thing, and you can be the example of how you get through it. So, I mean, yeah, embrace it, because in one way or another, it'll hopefully serve you down the road, right? And at least give you a good story to tell on a podcast if you should start one.
Exactly.
Right.
So anyhow, I just wanted to pass that along. That was some advice I got, or something I heard that I thought was very helpful whenever you're going through something. It's like, man, this really sucks.
All right. Well, everybody take that with you the rest of this week. Embrace your suck, whatever that is.
There you go.
And, honey, I guess I'm going to go. Emma Kelly's home, so I'm going to go figure out what's going on.
All righty. Well, I am going to find some lunch, probably maybe a tuna fish sandwich from the deli section in the Dakota Mart here, and then walk over to the booth and see if I can. The guys do most of. Yeah, the guys do most of the work. I just kind of model T-shirts and answer simple questions.
You're the spokesmodel.
No, we all wear our T-shirt. Patrick also sells T-shirts with the motivational sayings on them. And the one I chose this year, it says on the back, it says, "Nobody cares, work harder." So they're all, they're all motivational sayings. Another one is, what's the one we wear all the time? Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better.
Yeah,
I had a mind block there for a second. Yeah, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. So he sells a lot of T-shirts that have the Operation Once in a Lifetime logo on the front. Not your average operator, and then on the back they have motivational sayings. So you can find. I think you can find those on his website too.
All right, thank you, honey.
Okay, sorry I talk so much. I just felt like I had a lot to tell you.
I appreciate you carrying the load from time to time.
Carry so many loads sometimes,
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Yeah. So,
all right, well, do you want to wrap it up? You still are in charge of that part, right?
Yeah, well, you got anything else?
No, I think that I pretty much covered everything for today.
Okay, I'm now in the cake batter aisle, in case you were wondering.
I was.
Well, we've got Jell-O instant pudding on one side, and then on the other side we have Betty Crocker super moist dark chocolate cake mix.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm down. All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
I love Operation Once in a Lifetime desperately.
Yes, we do.
They're great people and they do great things. I love Sturgis, South Dakota desperately. It's a great place. The great state of South Dakota is a great place to be. If you haven't visited, visit someday. But I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, a motorcycle rider, by the way, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.